In today's video, I'm going to show you how to do portrait light testing when you're working on your own. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today, I'm just doing a very quick video. It's very unscripted, so just bear with me. But I was just doing something and I thought that this would be a really good thing to show you guys how I do this. And that is how I work out new light setups for portraits. I mean, what I'm going to show you now is a portrait, but you can do this for everything else by taking advantage of the fact that I think we are going into a lockdown. I'm in Sydney in Australia, and although it's been fairly good up till now, I think we're probably going to go into a lockdown, I think, for a couple of weeks. So what I do typically when I have this downtime and I don't have any jobs that are or I don't have any work scheduled because everything gets cancelled, of course, I like to do testing, and portrait light testing is something that I enjoy doing. And because a lot of my work is headshot photography, it's just really nice to have a few different light setups that you can go to when a client asks you for something maybe a little bit different. So the challenge, of course, is that when you're doing your testing, you don't have another human that you can put in front of your camera to see what the lighting looks like. And I've heard before, and I have used these other techniques where people say, you know, you use a styrofoam head or a styrofoam ball or a football to see how the light wraps around your subject. And that's all cool, but humans have noses and ears and eyes and hair and all that other stuff. And so it makes it a little bit more difficult to see an exact representation of what that light is going to look like. So let me show you what I use. This is my subject. And I know it looks a little bit creepy, but it's only creepy if someone sees you. So you're working on your own, so it's fine. So this is what I use. If you don't know what this is, obviously it's a plastic head, but it is a head that is specifically made for makeup artists. So this is real hair. So if you're a hair and makeup artist, you get to go in and practice with this, applying makeup and then obviously doing the stuff to the hair. So this is my wife's, and I've commandeered it because no one's doing hair and makeup at the moment with the lockdowns and all the rules. And so you can find a lot of these secondhand. You don't have to get one of these. These are quite expensive if you get the one with real hair. But you just need something that looks like that is a face, so that you can see how the light responds to features in the face, right? So this is what I use, and I'm just going to bring the camera around. I've just got a light here just to show you, but typically, let me bring that camera around and I'll be back in a second. Okay, so I'm going to start. So I'm actually standing in front of the mannequin because it's the camera's picking her up and focusing on her. So hopefully I'm in focus. So what I'm going to start off with is I'm going to do the mannequin just looking straight at camera, okay? And then, because that's something that I often do with my clients, I'm going to do that. And then I am going to work on my lights. I'm going to change my lights around and just see what different effects I can get, bouncing light, all that sort of stuff. All that experimenting is going to happen whilst the mannequin is looking straight at the camera. Now, because it's not a real human, it's actually a good thing because they're not moving. So every fine movement that you make, you get to compare it before and after to see what looks better. So that's the advantage of using something like this instead of an actual person. And then all you know is once you've got your lighting set up correct, you just have to basically duplicate what you did with the mannequin. You just have to do exactly the same thing. If they're looking forward, then you just get them to look forward. If you want to try moving the head a little bit, then we'll move the head of the mannequin, get the lighting right, okay? You make notes on everything so that then when you have your human in front of your camera, you get them to look exactly the same way, and you already know what to do with your lights. And that's the really nice thing about doing these sort of tests. So I'm going to get out of the way now. Hopefully it's going to focus on her face. I'll zoom in a little bit, and then I'll move the light around to show you how it's really easy with a modeling light to be able to see what the light's going to do in the photos. Now, what we're going to do is I'm going to show you how the light affects the subject, okay? And the beauty of this setup, of course, is that the mannequin is not moving. So any change that you see is going to be purely due to the changes that I'm making in the lighting and the position of the lighting. So at the moment, I've got this lit up sort of fairly sort of boring, just a little bit off to the side, almost at head level. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to start moving this, and I'm going to feather this light a little bit because it's something that I like to do. Feathering means that you're not pointing the light straight at the subject. It's sort of, you're getting the fall off of the side of the light, if you like. So you're going to see that in a second. I'm just going to rotate the light a little bit to the left, and I'm only going to do a little bit. Okay, and you can see that point where the light appears and then disappears. And that's where I normally like to play around with. And for myself, that area there, roughly where you've got a little bit of that light falling off onto the face, is very, very flattering. So the same thing is going to be if I start putting the camera or the light, beg your pardon, up and down. So I'm just going to start to move this light up a little bit, okay? And you can see also that when I start to feather the light, let me do that again, okay? Because I move the light up, you can see that the top of my head now is a little bit brighter than underneath of the chin. So you're gonna get a shadow underneath the chin because there's not a lot of light being thrown onto there, right? So if you like that, and for guys, that tends to be quite a nice thing to do, but for women, not so much. You would want to bring that back down a little bit and watch underneath the chin as I bring the light down. I've got a squeaky light stand here, but watch as I bring the light down, you can see that on the side, just here on the side of her neck, it's much more illuminated than before. I'll just put that back up again and I'll show you, okay? Right, so you can see there's a little bit of hot spot just up here, which again, for guys, sometimes that can look good, but for women, not usually. So you want to be able to just bring it down maybe just a little bit. But again, all of this is subjective, and it is part of the whole testing process. So for myself here, I think if I was just to shoot this here now, I probably like that, where it's just a little bit of a light fall off, and I'm getting a little bit of light on the dark side. You can see that the line here, I want a little bit of light on this side, not too much, okay? But I do want to get some light, so it's probably around there, and I will probably shoot that. So that's everything I wanted to show you. Again, it's an unscripted video, and apologies if you could hear the fan on the light. It was starting to overheat just a little bit, but I was just in the middle of this, and it sort of occurred to me that this might be something that you might be interested in. So hopefully you found it useful. If you did, please don't forget to click the like button. That's probably the thing that makes the most difference to me. Not only does it help me with the rankings, but I'm trying to work out what kind of videos to make in the future, and the ones that get the most likes, that's the type of video I'm going to continue to make. And also I'm going from one video to 2 videos a week, so I'm ramping it up a little bit. And so if you don't want to miss out on any of those videos, make sure you subscribe to the channel, and also click the little notification bell. That way you'll know when I upload a new video. Now, if you've got any questions about any of this stuff that we talked about today, or anything else for that matter, in the comment section below, that's where you can leave your comments, questions, or if you need me to expand on anything else, I'll be happy to get back to you. So again, just a quick video, unscripted. So that's everything I have. I want to thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. If I'm not